Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Noob or Not, my ongoing video series where I take an avatar of the Overwatch community and play it, and you tell me whether I'm being a noob or not. It's just that simple. I do a lot of noobish things, so it's real easy for you to give me a thumbs down. But in the meantime, here I go out with Bastion. Now, you usually don't play Bastion. For me, Bastion doesn't have enough mobility. Even when he's in this transfigurify mode that he said now, whatever it's called. There's a couple other reasons Bastion doesn't work for me. When he's talking, he talks in beeps and boops. So when I hit my button to see where his ultimate's at, I can't really tell where it's at. So I have to kind of turn my UI back on, which is kind of a bummer, because then sometimes I forget to turn it back off. Like I will in this episode, I think, for an entire sequence of events once I get my ultimate. It'll be kind of fun. But when I do play him, I like to play him as a sentry, because that's where all of his strength is, right? Plus, he's awesome at breakdancing. But that's another story altogether. Yeah, I like to configure him, and that's his big thing. He has configure buttons, right? So you hit him with the reconfigure button. It has no cooldown, so you can switch back and forth, but there is an amount of time it takes to turn into a mode. It takes 1.5 seconds to turn into sentry mode, and like half a second to turn into mobility mode, right? So in mobility mode, he just kind of walks around slowly like that and has like 20 rounds in his gun. But in sentry mode, he's got a Gatling gun for 200 rounds, right? So that's like at 35 rounds a second. So 5.5 seconds worth of sustained firepower on any particular target. Like, as I prefer, Reinhardt, a competing Reinhardt shield. Not my Reinhardt shield, but it's nice to see one in front of you if that's what you're doing, because you're not mobile. You can't avoid things very easily, right? And I think I'm going to show you a really good example of that here in just a few moments. All right? But before I do that, let me show you his other ability is self-repair. Now, it's a channeled ability, so it's something that restores about 75 health per second, and it can keep going. And there's no cooldown on it sometimes, right? I don't understand. I've never really paid close enough attention to it, so I'm gonna, because my UI's off. But I'm gonna take a closer look at it in the future. But maybe you already know. If I'm being a noob, go ahead and let me know in a comment below how long it takes to go back, because I know that if I tap it on accident thinking that it's an activate ability instead of a channeled ability, it will stop. So I'm like, oh, and then I hit the button again and it keeps going. So it doesn't appear to be, uh-oh, I get caught in it here. Now, my Reinhardt wouldn't have been able to go up that stair. He would have stubbed his toe or something, but, you know, if you get pinned by Reinhardt, it's all over anyways. So, back into the mix. You saw me playing my defensive position there on top of the bridge kind of thing. It's a building on top of the roof, I guess is the word I'm looking for then. And that's really the only place I like to set up on defense in general. There, or kind of back underneath the pinch itself. Now, here I'm setting up in the back row, or thinking about it, because I'm thinking that they're getting through the point. But since they're not, I kind of advance a little bit further. I check out where they're at. I see it's moving, and now I've realized I've come too far. If I was a little bit quicker to the point, maybe I would have gotten up to the top where that Reinhardt is, and that would have been a problem for me. I would have trickled into him. So I held back. I come back. I'm going to heal myself, even though Mercy was giving it to me. I check my ult here, and as you can see, I think I leave the UI on for the rest of this particular sequence. My Reinhardt charges their Reinhardt. They knock each other down. That's one of the funniest things in the game. But here I blow my ult as tank mode. You might as well keep clicking that thing. Left click spam, because it's only like one shot every second and a half, and your mode only lasts for like 8 seconds. And then it's all over. So here I think I'm behind them. I'm not. They get me. I thought I was behind them, that they had pushed all the way forward, and that I could kind of chug the payload back. That didn't work. But those are the abilities, you know, reconfigure from mobile mode that you see here, and sentry mode, which is the preferred mode for dealing damage and holding points and things of that nature. And his super mode, the tank mode. Now here's the other point I like to hang out. If we're really pulling back, this is the third point I like to hang out at. If not on the fountain itself, down the hole, which is where I probably would have been earlier. But, ooh, sweet, sweet armor. Yes, I grab that whenever I can, but I'm holding the rear defense, so I can't really move right now. So I'm looking down the line here, as you see. And off to the left, there's a Genji path. Oh, great. There's a Genji path up over there, and a Diva path, and a Pharah path. So you kind of got to watch out for those as well. And I think I was just firing that just to let them know that there's somebody here keeping an eye on them, and don't come over here over aggressively. You know, get back with your team. Don't think that we're not paying attention, that kind of thing. And who knows, maybe somebody was there, maybe somebody wasn't, but that would be awesome if somebody was there. If you happen to have been there playing against me, go ahead and leave a comment below. That was me, you guys scared me. But here I'm thinking, okay, they should be pushing any second now. And there it is. There's dragons. I don't think any of my guys get caught in it, because my guys don't tend to go hide in those buildings. right? They tend to kind of come over here to back by the fountain in the open so they can scatter. There are health packs in those buildings over there, but, you know, it's not very... Oh, here's a turret already set up, so there's some cover here. We've pushed their payload back, so I'm thinking I'm going to go back up to the top. Check it out. If I can get down this tunnel, that would be awesome. I probably could have stood a little inch move over to the right before doing that, but it didn't happen. This would have been a pretty cool spot to set up if they weren't paying attention up here on top. But as I can see, there's somebody taking care of May over there. Looks like Junkrat. Let me make sure I'm all healed up. May can usually take care of herself pretty well. You know, she's the cancer for a reason. There's somebody behind us. Maybe I can get this guy. He decides to bail before being destroyed. I think that's our Reinhardt, so I pay my attention back over here. It was our Reinhardt, but now there's a Genji. There's a whole bunch of trouble up here, so I'm going to get behind the shield here. I'm going to check my ultimate. It's not close enough. We get a good team res there. Our Reinhardt was lower in health than I thought he was. Now it's me versus this Reinhardt. Desperately getting the health pack so he doesn't get it. He hadn't hit me yet, so I missed it. Oh, it drives me crazy. So now he's full health, and I'm in freaking mobility mode trying to finish him off. Oh, if only I had but a scratch of damage, but it's for naught. We end up wrapping it up and earn the victory. Thank you very much, team. Good gameplay. Princess Meow, as Torbjorn gets to play the game. Let's take a look at it. Oh, it's not whacking a wall. It's a headshot. Okay. Couple body shots there. Oh, another, looked like a quick headshot. Another body shot, but get some armor, and took all that scraps and made some armor. Good job, Princess Meow. My friends, that's how I play Bastion. If you think I was a noob, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs down. But if not, give me a thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more content like this and possibly learn better positions to play a particular tune or ways to do so, yeah, maybe subscribe. See something in the future. Look out for this month's Plays of the Games of the Month coming real soon. See you guys.